Hello and welcome to episode 42 of the Roll Jump Media podcast. My name is Ray and I am joined once again by my co-hosts on this beautiful Saturday morning, Jose and Luis. What is going on, friends? How is it going today?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Um, Saturday morning. Um, I'm here again. I'm actually surprised it's the 42nd. It feels like it's been more, but but yes, happy to be here.
Nice.
Hello, good morning, everyone. To the last Saturday of April.
No
Yeah,
stuff.
that's true. Yeah, next Saturday is 1st of May, I think.
Wow, it is.
Time's flying by, y'all. Anyways,
Good
good
shout out.
morning. Good morning, everyone. Yes.
What we have in store for today, we're going to be talking about NieR Replicant and the reviews it has had so far. We're going to be talking about PlayStation getting an exclusive multiplayer IP or exclusive game multiplayer for their roster of exclusive games. And if time permits, we are going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch exclusives for 2018. But before we get into all of that juicy stuff, we're going to be talking about what we've been playing. If you've been around for a while, you already know how this goes. Luis, take it away, sir.
All right. So this past week, I actually started gaming a lot more now. Um, I so for my 2DS, right? So I've been playing like three systems, I think. For my 2DS,
Oh,
I've been playing some Detective Pikachu still. Um, that that game is it takes a while. um, it kind of drags sometimes. So I put in like an hour or two, like twice a week, probably. Um,
huh.
just making small progress in that game. I'm still thinking of finishing it before I get started on anything else on the 2DS. So, but it's going steadily. Um, I'm also like focusing on other games, which brings me to the let's see what I want to talk about first. The PS4, the PS5. As you all probably know, Resident Evil Village is coming out next month in a couple of weeks, I think. Um, so I was like, okay, I want to prepare myself because I am planning on getting the game. Um, I don't know if they won, but maybe I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, so I was like, well, I have Resident Evil 7 downloaded on my PS5, and I've been wanting to play the game as well because I haven't played it. I never played it. So I think when was it around? I think last week. It's on Sunday. On Sunday. I mean, I guess technically it's still this week, right? But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I started Sunday playing Resident Evil 7, um, putting in some hours there. I almost no, actually, yeah, last night I finished it. I finished Resident Evil 7, like the main story. Um, I'm still planning on playing the extra content that you unlock after you complete the game. Chris's story, I think it's called.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, just really quick, I really enjoyed Resident Evil 7. Um, and I don't remember if it got really like good reviews. But I really enjoyed the story of Resident Evil 7. Uh, Now I understand why people said it was like a return to form for Resident Evil, and that just makes me more excited to play Resident Evil 8. Um, just to continue Ethan's story and see where Resident Evil's heading. But yes, the it's took me like what 11 hours, a few hours here and there.
Mm,
Um, so hopefully I'll be done with the extra content by the time Resident Evil 8 comes out. So I'll be ready. And
nice.
then on the Switch, it's pretty much been Monster Hunter. Um, eh, I mean, dude, that game, dude, it's so addicting. Yesterday I spent like what 3 hours, 4 hours playing it at night.
Rookie
Um,
numbers. I'm
I
just
know, right?
kidding.
Hey man, I don't have time. If I could, I would. But I don't know. It's just so much fun hunting. And yesterday was a challenge actually. I mean, I've been playing throughout the week, but yesterday it's been a challenge. It was a challenge actually.
Mm,
I was doing the the test to become rank 3 or 4, 4 I think. No, rank 3 or 4. Um,
okay,
and it was
okay.
challenging. It's been challenging. I know you're like, you're probably like, what? Yeah. Um, but
H7.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
uh, but I don't know. I haven't gotten like bored or tired of Resident Evil. I mean
Resident
Resident
Evil?
Evil, Monster Hunter.
Okay,
Sorry
okay,
about that.
okay. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, it's always like it's an addiction, like you want to get one more hunt, and every time, uh, and that's where I'm at right now. So
Nice.
I don't know. I'll probably play some later today.
Oh,
And I
oh.
mean, we've had a couple of hunts together as well, and that's always fun. Um,
Yeah.
I think it's even more fun playing with someone else, but I don't know. Rice, Goatee. That's my goatee right there. Nice. Well, so far, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's up there. And that's pretty much it. Um, so a lot of gaming for me.
Healthy dose.
Healthy dose.
Perfect.
Sorry. So uh, I guess I'll go next.
Yeah.
For me, it's been pretty slow. I think last podcast, I mentioned how I was still playing a Pokemon Ranger. Um, this franchise I started because Luis gifted me the first two games in the series for our birthday, and I hadn't played before, and I had been having a lot of fun with the first two. I did finish the second one, which is Shadows of Almia, about 2, 3 days ago,
Hmm.
and Luis had mentioned to me that a lot of people said that the second one is the best one in the series, and so far I can agree. I did start the third one, Guardian Signs, um, ye- like 2 days ago,
Oh.
and that one, I mean, it's a little different from the rest. So it is. I don't know. It's taken me some time to kind of get into it. I don't know if maybe it's because it's just like Pokemon Ranger Overload. Like that's all I've been playing this last 2 months. Um, but uh, but I mean, so far so good. I do think it's a little inferior to its predecessor. Um, so far. So we shall see. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. Pokemon Ranger. I'm hoping to finish this last game by the end of the month, which is what, like a week left. Just so that I'm able to focus on Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap coming up soon. And and I don't know, I do want to get back into playing video games. It's a little, I don't know, it's a little weird that I haven't been playing as much. Um, but yeah, hopefully I'll get into more of those games that are coming out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
For sure. Um, I still haven't tried making you a hunter. I've tried with Andres and
Oh, really? You
Cassandra
did?
joined. You have evaded me thus far, but
What?
you're
You
on. You don't think I ain't forgotten about you, bro?
the signal is just kidding. Um, I mean, I've seen Luis play. I've seen some of the footage. I mean, it's a pretty nice. It's a pretty game. I like the graphics. I obviously I'm confused when I see it because I don't know what everything means. But I mean, I'd be interested in seeing how it plays.
For sure, for sure.
So maybe one
Uh,
day I'll pick it up.
okay, I can accept that. Question about the Pokemon game though.
Yes.
How long are the Ranger games? Have you found? Was it like a dozen hours or so?
Um, I would say like the first Pokemon Rangers. Well, it depends. Obviously, it's like whenever you're playing a handheld game, it's more accessible, so it's easier for you to spend more time uh, playing it per day, I guess.
Mm,
Um, it really depends. For me, I finished the first Pokemon Rangers maybe a week, I would say. Um, and then the second one, Shadows of Palmia, that one did take me a little more. That one took me maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I want to say. But again, I was playing like in intervals, maybe like
yeah,
an hour or two per day.
I see.
Um,
I see.
and I mean, this one, I find myself like turning it on, playing like what, 10 minutes and then turning it off,
Oh my
just because I don't know,
gosh.
it's not as engaging. I guess it's it's taking slower to pick up. Um, so we shall see how it goes. But I mean, it's a pretty fun like spin-off series. I would say. I will say. I like the concept of it. It's different. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to give you like a specific like time
Okay.
that it takes. I will say that Shadows of Almia, the second one, does have more story to it, more what is it? More material, I guess, to explore.
Okay. Um, I guess I could look it up on my own, but just like one more question. Like, um, how do you move throughout the game? Do they just take you like in a first person view, or do you actually have a like a 3D model that you take control of and you walk around? How does it work?
Yeah, it's um like you control a 3D model, I guess. I mean, think of any regular Pokemon game.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's what do you call it? Like a
It's
overview? No,
yeah,
I
I
can
know what
think
you're
of the
talking
word.
about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, you control it like that. You can use the joystick. I'm playing on my 3DS because I don't have a DS anymore. But you can control them like that, or you can use the touch screen. It's very
Mm,
heavily very heavily utilizes the touch screen. Like these games, like like they designed these games so that the touch screen can be used. Which is why I doubt we'll ever get in another installment because how do you incorporate touch screens in the Switch? Well, I mean, I guess the Switch does have touchscreen, but
it's one screen though, huh?
yeah, I don't know, it's a little more complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it is.
Okay, okay, okay. I got a clear understanding. Sweet. All right. So as for me, let's go ahead and talk about Apex first, since there's actually news surrounding Apex. Um, Luis, do you want to go in blind with the season 9 stuff, or did you already hear about some of the announcements that happened?
Yeah, I've heard of the announcements. I actually watched the trailer for the next season
Yeah.
and for the next character, and you'll probably talk about it. So yeah, I'm good.
All right, for sure. So the news that we have so far is threefold. I have three bullet points. First thing is that we have a new legend called Valkyrie. It looks like she's gonna be able to fly. I didn't really pay attention to the trailer too in depth, but it's really incorporating a Titanfall lore, which is really interesting. You know, the two worlds are colliding in a way. Second thing, we have Infested Olympus, which is which is described as an infestation has sprung loose, strangling the city with roots and natural growths. And there's going to be a new weapon called the Bosek bow, and they describe it as a powerful, deadly weapon for those with the skill to wield it. Capable of inflicting tremendous damage at medium range, you'll need to make each shot count. So the bow that has been speculated for a while now is actually coming to the game, which is exciting. And yeah, so overall for Apex, I've been playing it, just trying to level up my battle pass, get those skins. Still having a ton of fun with Apex. Have you been playing Apex, Luis? Have you been jumping in for a match here or there?
And yeah, and actually, I forgot to mention that in my games that I played. I do play some. Um, I played some matches of Apex here and there. And yeah, I mean, it's still fun to play. It's one of those games that I don't think and not to throw shade at Fortnite, but unlike unlike with Fortnite, I always like to come back to Apex, and I feel like I didn't lose. Um, like it's easy to come back to it again, and it's like
Hmm.
you don't forget the movements and things like that. So yeah, I mean, it's been pretty fun um, playing some Apex here and there as well.
Yeah. I'd be interested if I could go back in time and find the point where I didn't really care enough about dying or losing in a battle royale and I just kept going in and in. Like for Fortnite, like when I die in Fortnite, I never got over the point of like I'm less excited to go into the next match, but for Apex it's just like I'm just as excited, if not more excited for the next match to come, which is some kind of magic like wizardry they have cooking over there, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird because it's like it doesn't. Well, at least for me, it doesn't discourage me. It's like,
Right. That's what I meant.
oh well,
That's what I was trying to get.
let's go for the other one, and then maybe you win the other one. And
Right.
I don't know. It's always like it's like a drug. I don't know if that's a good thing though.
420 pass, brother.
True, true. Shout out.
Yeah. All right. What else have I been playing? Of course, Monster Hunter. Um, I think I've spoken enough about Monster Hunter. Posted some clips up on our YouTube channel. There's small clips if you want to check those out of some of the cooler things I was able to pull off during the game. Looking forward to some more cool stuff. Actually, something interesting happened to where I was looking at YouTube videos, and there was this YouTuber called Paradise Central that I follow, and he was telling his audience about how the melding pot, like I don't know if it's a specific branch of the melding pot or all of it in general, but supposedly the talismans that you get, which gives you buffs and certain like ability like traits for you to be like a more effective hunter. Supposedly they're not working as intended. Like you get stuck in a loop to where you don't get certain things, or you have a lower chance of getting a certain thing. So supposedly they're going to be patching that out in the upcoming patch. So I might wait a little while to actually keep grinding the monsters and making the talismans. So that was interesting. That was interesting little
Wow.
development.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. And
Didn't know that.
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like the community, they like came together supposedly, and they were sharing what talismans they got with each other, and then they like put everybody in a certain table. Like if you're in this table, you get these kind of talismans. If you're in another table, you get these kinds. It was like
Mm,
kind of wild, but it's not supposed to work like that. They're gonna patch it soon.
right.
Right, right, right. And then the piece de resistance, the game that's going to be taking over for a little while. Final Fantasy 14 online. I don't know if you guys have heard of this game before.
I think you might have mentioned it before.
Maybe once or twice.
Yeah, something
Never
like
heard
that.
of it.
Yeah, yeah. But this game, I did go headfirst into the new story content that dropped. I am at a level to where I need my armor to be a little bit of a higher level in order to experience the next part of the story. So I'm going inside the dungeons and the raids, the trials, and those have been fun. It's fun to revisit all the cool environments that they make for the dungeons. Like I know Luis, he experienced the first one that you get exposed to, and there are dozens upon dozens of different environments to gawk at and just take in while you're doing all the mechanics and the fighting and stuff. So having a lot of fun doing that. And yeah, I'm gonna be grinding that later today probably. Like they get you, dude. Like how it works is that there's this thing called the roulette, and um like 8 a.m. every day on the Pacific Coast time, they reset it, and as long as you do it during that day, you get additional rewards to like you get certain currencies as well in order for you to get better gear. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So it's you said an addiction earlier, a drug. That's what Final Fantasy 14 is too. There's a lot of drugs going around the video game industry.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah. But that's gonna do it for me.
Nice.
And and that means we get into the news topics for this week. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So the first thing we're going to be talking about, NieR Replicant. So NieR Replicant, a very anticipated game coming out that has been announced so far for 2021. It came out and it has an 84 on Metacritic, and I have pulled two quotes from two different outlets. This is how the first one goes. NieR Replicant is a fantastic celebration of a game that, even after a decade, feels unmatched in how it tells its incredibly unique story. The visual overhaul is excellent, and the combat better than ever. However, some archaic quest design acts as a deft reminder that this is a game from 10 years ago. Without a doubt, though, this is the best way to experience NieR where it all began. That is from Press Start Australia, and they gave it an 85. This is the second quote. NieR Replicant overall is a successful remaster with a bit of spit and polish improving many facets of the original game, but with some of the negatives unfortunately carrying over as well. The end result is an action RPG that will keep most players entertained for many hours as the story, combat, and characters outweigh the boredom of Replicant's sometimes repetitive gameplay. That is from Game Rant, they gave it an 80. So that's in a nutshell, some of the NieR Replicant impressions. Um, I expected it to do about that much, if not better, based off of NieR Automata. What do you guys think about it?
Well, eh, I don't know. Like I don't know much about this franchise. I did look at some of the reviews and comments for the game. Um, they, from what I've heard, right? 'Cause, this is sort of like a remake, right? Well, it is a remake of
Yeah,
like an older game.
yeah.
Um, I heard that, or what from what I've seen, right, from the reviews and comments from people, it's that it does a much better job, uh, with the narrative and just as a game, it's way better. I think I was seeing like an article of how they were comparing it to the older score, and it's way better now. Um,
Hmm.
and I mean, I haven't played near. what's it called? Near Automata.
Yeah, you can. I don't
Um,
know which one. Automata, Automata. Eh,
yeah, Automata.
yeah,
Yeah, one of those.
yeah.
I haven't played it, but for a lot of people, it was like it's uh, it was a goatee, at that time when it came out. I'm a little interested in the franchise, mainly because it's um because I've seen gameplay of it, and I feel like it's something that I will enjoy. But yeah, I don't think I've seen much about this one. Um, so I don't know if I can really say much about it.
Yeah,
Same,
definitely,
same
definitely.
here. I, I mean, I haven't played um the games, um, the previous games either. But yeah, just based on like how people were um describing or like the hype around it, I was expecting it to, have a pretty high score. You mentioned that it has a what, 84?
84. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I was expecting like high 80s, maybe 90s. Um, but yeah, outside of that, I mean, there's really nothing else I can say. I've seen some footage of it, and I mean, it looks nice. It
Yeah.
looks um, it looks really nice. But yeah, I mean, I think the score that it's getting, the reception that it's getting, it's pretty good, which was, to be expected. So
Mhm.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I share similar sentiments as you both. The only thing that's keeping me from Near Replicant is just the genre shifts. So you'll have like a third person action game, and then they'll shift you to like a 2D kind of deal, and then over the top. And I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know if
Oh,
that's a
that's weird.
deterrent. Yeah, for Luis, but I think Luis might just like be down with it still. But for me, it's a deterrent.
Yeah, and that's something that I've heard from the first game, right? Like near Automata, Automata.
Hmm.
Um, that there was a lot of different sort of like games in it, or game styles.
Right,
Um,
right.
uh, and to me, that's interesting. How that's implemented. Just I'm just curious of how that's implemented. But I can see why it can be like a sort of like a turn off for some people. Because I guess like you have to find like a perfect balance to to so that it's not like 500 games in one game, right? uh, like for example Battletoads, I remember that was a problem for a lot of people, that there was like a lot of the game styles within the game. But yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, when Nier Automata was coming out, like around that time, I did play a demo of it, and I had fun playing it. It's a fun play, and all the stuff, the story stuff I hear about Nier sounds really intriguing. It's just a shame that I'm not down for the
Yeah.
the shifts. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, good on Nier Replicant for being a good remake of the original, so more people can experience it. Next thing I wanted to go over, the 2021 Dice Award winners. This is information I got from Joe Screbbles at IGN. I have a list of games that got awards at the Dice Awards. Um, relatively short list, but I kind of wanted to pick your guys' brains before I actually gave you guys all the games. Can you remember from 2020 what kind of games or what games would most likely get awards from something like the Dice Awards?
From 2020.
Yeah, 2020
2020 is
games.
a
You guys
blur.
remember? You guys remember the Heat that came out last year?
Yep. Last of Us 2,
Last of Us
part
2,
2.
okay. Two awards for Last of Us 2.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Ghost Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima, yeah, buddy. Four awards.
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales took one award.
Did Animal Crossing get something?
Animal Crossing got one award. Yeah.
Oh,
Um, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy VII Remake got one award. Yep. Yep.
Final Fantasy remake. Mm, what else? Hades.
Hades.
There it is. Yeah, I was gonna try to give you a hint. Yeah.
Hades. That's
Hades
true.
Hades did the best. It got 5 awards.
Ooh, I
Let's
need
see
to
what
try that
else
game.
is here.
Doom Eternal.
Doom got stuffed. I mean snuffed.
Damn.
There's a one more Switch game.
Mario.
It's Mario related. Yeah.
Mm, I'm guessing Mario 3D World.
Nah.
No,
No.
it's Mario related.
Mario related. It's not completely a game.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart Live.
Live Circuit.
Yeah. That got an award.
Mm.
Who? Just kidding.
Who? Um yeah. Let's see. There's another game here that kind of blew up and everybody was into it for a little while.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys got one award.
How were you able to get Fall Guys from that?
Because it was big and then it wasn't.
Damn.
It's coming to Switch soon though.
Yeah. And then
Resurgence.
there's one that also did better than a lot of the others, and it's one of those that we just don't play, but big on like the franchise is big on PC.
Mm,
Starts with an H.
League of Legends.
League of Legends. Yeah, well,
Minecraft? Eh.
Minecraft.
Minecraft. Wait, is Minecraft on here? No, never mind. You did bring up League of Legends though, and there's a game that's League of Legends related. Legends of Runeterra got an award.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the like the actual first like story-based League game, right? Or like single player or
I think it's one of those Magic the Gathering kind of games.
oh, okay. Okay, so you said it starts with H.
Yeah. Half. Ah, that's a big hint. Damn it.
Half-Life?
Half-Life. Sorry, that was a terrible hint.
Oh yeah, Half-Life Alex. That's true.
Half-Life Alex, yeah.
Come on, last year. Damn.
All right. There are one, two, three, four left. Can you rack your brains and think of any that might have gotten one?
Let's see. Um, Fire Warriors.
Nart. No Switch games
No
left.
Switch games. All right. Well, I did say Doom Eternal. Is that one?
No.
All right, you said no. No.
Yeah.
Bruh. Um,
These are kind of tough.
you said yeah. You said no Switch games. Uh,
Or exclusively Switch.
mhm. Did the Pathless come out last year?
The Pathless? Yes. Yeah, I think it did. It's not on here though.
No.
Um,
I don't think
what?
I have an idea.
Yeah. What did I declare this month is going to be the month of blank? If you remember.
Oh, Resident Evil,
Mortal Kombat.
oh,
Mortal Kombat.
all right, yeah, Jose was,
I wasn't
Yeah,
sure if it had released last year. 2020 is
yeah,
a blur, so
yeah.
the
It
what was it, the complete edition or
yeah, the Ultimate Edition.
ultimate edition?
Yeah. MK11 released in 2019, but the Ultimate Edition got an award.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and list the last three. You guys down with that?
yeah.
yes.
All right. First one, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 got one award. Microsoft Flight Simulator got one award, and Dreams got one award.
Wow.
Hmm. Hmm.
We never would have guessed those.
Yeah, those are super tough. Okay, moving on to one of our main topics of the show, a multiplayer game coming exclusively to PlayStation. So this is from Cade Onder at Screen Rant and also from the PlayStation blog. So Firewalk Studios confirmed that this is happening, a multiplayer game coming to exclusively to PlayStation. Firewalk Studios is comprised of developers who have worked on major AAA games like Call of Duty, Destiny, and Mass Effect, and the team includes the creative director for Destiny. Based on the studio's pedigree, it is pretty safe to say that is most likely going to be a competitive shooter of some sort. And the game, from what they are saying on the PlayStation blog, they're playing it in the within the development team, so it's in a playable state. Um, this is a genre that PlayStation is known to be lacking in compared to somebody like Microsoft who has Halo and Gears of War, those kind of games. So I thought it was interesting that this is coming out and it wasn't really saved for like a big blowout factor at like a E3 time or whatever. So what do you guys think of this? Do you think this is a good move by Sony to give themselves an exclusive multiplayer game?
I think so. Um, I mean, like you mentioned, it's not it's not something that PlayStation really is known for. Um, so I think going that way and starting something new um, is definitely a good thing. Um, we would have to wait and see like what the game is and what the premise and graphics and all of that. But I mean, I think it's good. I mean, it's always exciting to get something new, regardless of whether it's multiplayer or not. But the fact that it is multiplayer, um, I feel like it has a chance of like engaging more people as well.
Mm,
So we shall see what they bring to the table.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what the past couple weeks, we've been talking about how Sony has been, or they want to focus on like the big, single player games like the Last of Us, the God of War, and so it's really cool to see that they're working on something different, or something that's not that. Um,
Right.
that there's the multiplayer aspect to it, and it's exciting. It's exciting to hear that. Yeah, because like Jose said, PlayStation or Sony is not really known to sort of like go into that kind of territory, like multiplayer games. Um, that's more like I guess like a Nintendo kind of thing, but or like a third party kind of thing. And so it's really cool to see what to hear that they're working on something like that, and it's exciting to see what it is, or what kind of game it's gonna be.
Mm,
Um, but like Jose said, I'm glad that it's regardless of what it is, I'm glad something new is coming out, or that they're working on something new.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited to see more of this game. Destiny was one of those games that I was really into for a short amount of time. Something about the feel of Destiny when you play it, it just feels like a premiere, like cream of the crop. This is how all first person shooters should feel in the realm of this game. This is a standard. So
Mhm.
if that's gonna be in there, and then Call of Duty is also known to be a really good shooter, and then Mass Effect is a third person shooter. So if you could switch between first and third person, or there's like it's gonna be like Destiny where depending on what kind of weapon you have equipped, like if you have a sword or whatever, you'll transition into third person. Uh, the possibilities are having me really excited.
Yes.
Yeah, but also I think I saw something where Jim Ryan was also saying that their focus is also on the Japanese market. Like they want to release games that cater to that market as well. But recent news has not been kind to that
Supported that. Yeah.
assertion. Assertion, yeah. All
And
right.
I don't know if it's
Mm-hmm.
uh, from the same article, but didn't he also say like that? They're planning on uh, or didn't he claim that the PS5 was going to be like the system with the most exclusive games or something like that?
I believe that was the same article.
Yeah, I think it was the same article.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's exciting. So because like right now, we one of the things that I've heard people say, or even that I've noticed as well, is that we don't really see the I feel like there's not a lot of exclusives for the PS5 yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's exciting to see. I mean, that they're working on a lot more things, and there's gonna be a lot of coming up as well.
Oh yeah, agreed. Agreed.
So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there.
Definitely. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. The next one is just like a quick throw in that I had. Was not originally going to put it in here, but then I remembered like I think this is pretty. Then I was like thinking like this is pretty important. So Jeff Kaplan is leaving Blizzard. He was the director of Overwatch and Overwatch 2. This is from Chris Holt from Forbes. So the pretty much the head guy of Overwatch is bouncing from the Overwatch franchise from Blizzard. So it's an interesting development there. I really liked Overwatch. I don't know if I know Luis. Were you there with us when we were playing Overwatch for the Switch?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So, how'd you like it? How'd you like the little bit of time you had with it?
It's fun. I can see why again, why it can be addicting. Um, trying to get good. Um, uh, but yeah, I don't really have like that much experience with uh, what are they called? Arena shooters, I think.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Um, but what I've played from Overwatch, I think it was fun, especially if you're playing with friends or people that you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely. Jose, did you get on the sticks with us? I don't recall really
Yes,
clearly.
I did. And I mean, same as Luis, like I think it was a very fun game. I actually did enjoy it. I had no idea what I was doing. We're clearly noobs,
Oh,
but
yeah.
uh, but yeah, I don't know. It was very easy to kind of get into. I know sometimes at first it could get a little overwhelming, like with all the different things you can do and like all the uh, like the options.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's one thing I did like about it, that it wasn't intimidating to get into it. It was a very smooth like introduction to it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was more stuff to discover to do, but yeah, on a basic level, it was very engaging for beginners. Um,
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I also enjoyed my time with Overwatch then, and then when it came out, and I was playing it for the PlayStation 4. Very fun. Very fun. The next story that I have for us today, also a quick one. There's a website for new Pokemon Snap that gives you a tour of the Lental region, and you can earn My Nintendo rewards by doing so. This is from Wesley LeBlanc at IGN and Stephanie Nunnally from VG247. You can check it out at explorelental.nintendo.com. So if you just can't wait for the release that comes out on the 30th, or if you want those rewards, you can go ahead and check that out. Will you guys be checking this out?
Yeah, actually before the podcast I kind of went and visited the website just to see because I hadn't heard about it surprisingly
Okay, okay.
until you shared like the topics with us for the
Right.
podcast. Um, I think I might give it a try. You do get reward points, so for those that are interested in reward points, it's definitely something to check out.
Awesome.
Same. Probably be checking that out like in a bit as well. I always like to get like the the little coins from Nintendo so I can
Hmm.
order things. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I might check it out.
Awesome.
This guy
Um,
installed Animal Crossing Pocket Camp for those coins, and probably
That's right.
uninstalled later.
dog.
It's still in there, but I don't use
Wow.
it.
This is what Nintendo's doing to us.
Yep.
Okay. It's effective. All right. There's actually only one final thing before we go on to our Switch first party games retrospective that we started some weeks ago. And that is the March video game sales. This is from Jeff Grubb from GamesBeat, and the sales are provided by the MPD Group. So instead of the whole list, I just have some notes that I took out that were interesting. So the first one is that Monster Hunter Rise was at number 2 for March video game sales. That is physical and digital, and it's just behind. Can you guys guess what is just behind?
Mm,
Who's number
Mario Kart?
one in other words?
Mario Kart 8?
Not
No, right?
not Mario Kart. No.
Um,
Number one. It's pretty much always number one.
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
oh my god.
Call of Duty Cold War still number one.
Good for them.
Good for them.
That's
Good for them.
good.
Um, Second bullet point: Outriders was at number 3, which is really good for Outriders. 3D All Stars jumped from number 16 from the previous month to number 9 for the month of March. I wonder why that is.
Why
Maybe
is that?
maybe because somebody got assassinated on March 31st or
Oh,
something like
right. The effect of limited time.
that. Yeah, yeah. On March 31st or March 1st or April 1st, don't really matter. But that limited cycle, man.
He did, regardless.
And the final bullet point is that Crash Bandicoot 4 jumped from number 65 from last month to number 15. And that is most likely due to the PS5, Xbox Series, and Switch versions coming out on March 12th. So good
Makes
for
sense.
Crash Bandicoot, Second Life. Yeah, everything else about the sales is pretty much what you would expect. Nothing else that notable. Are you guys ready to do our retrospective once again for Nintendo's first party games?
Let's go.
All right. Well, I guess it's not all first party. It's just exclusives because some are developed by other studios. All right, let's go. Number 2018. So 2018, I got the games from Wikipedia, Polygon, and GameSpot. Wikipedia didn't have all like a really comprehensive one, so I double checked and they were missing some, so added a few. 2018 2018 is kind of like one of the more down years for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, after 2017, it makes sense. 2018 is like the cool down period, in a way. First game, let's see. This is the weird one. Nintendo Labo came out in 2018. You guys remember that being a big deal?
I remember it. I don't remember it being a big deal. I think it was. I remember it being a big deal because it was um, something new. Like it was like a lot of people were not expecting Nintendo to release something like that. Like I remember like memes came out like cardboard and that they were selling cardboard.
Oh yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I remember it being big like that. But it sort of like died out as time went by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Mm.
I remember it got praised by a lot of people. That they were like that Nintendo was always that company who would do something like that. Who would release something like that. Um, so in that sense, I guess it was pretty big for Nintendo.
Right. I mean, for the enthusiasts that are into this kind of thing, and then for the children, it was a good thing for Nintendo to do. I mean, it's new. Nobody really does it, so can't knock them too much for that.
It's very niche. That's why.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, good for them for trying something different, something
Yeah.
new.
Yeah. Let's see what else came out. How about we talk about Mario Tennis Aces? Came out in 2018. Did you guys play this one?
No, and I remember when it was announced, it was something that Luis and I were like, "Oh, we're gonna get," because I mean, the Mario sports games are pretty good. They're pretty solid games.
Mm.
But uh, but no, we haven't had a chance to buy it or play it. Um, I know it's wasn't that like, oh wait, no, never mind. Um, I mean, I still want to play it, maybe down the line. If it ever goes on a discount, we'll get it. But uh, but yeah.
Mm.
I think they released a demo sort of thing before like the release, and I did try a few matches there. It looked, it was really fun. And from what I've heard, it was a better game than like the Wii U one, the Ultra Smash, I think it was called. Um, and because that game for the Wii U got like a lot of criticism, so it was a huge improvement from that game to this one. And like Jose said, it is a game that I was interested in, that we were interested in. And I don't know, like Jose said, maybe down the way, um, I'll get it, eventually, and just go ahead and play that. Uh, but I think that this was like the first um, sports or Mario sports game that came out, right? And and on the Switch, sorry. Um, and then I guess with that success, we're getting Mario Golf 2 this year.
Mm.
Uh, so yeah,
Yeah. Um, Tennis Aces. I was like kind of meh on it, though. Kind of the whole time. I kind of just didn't really. I watched some gameplay of it. I think I watched Dashi play it, Dashi games. But yeah, I wasn't too interested in picking this one up. Let's see. This game is no longer exclusive to the Switch. because I think it released on Xbox and maybe some other platforms. But Octopath Traveler came out in 2018. I know you guys copped this one when it came around the time it came out. How'd you guys like this one? Right? You got it like around the time it came out.
Yeah, I bought it. Uh, I really enjoyed it, and it has its problems, especially with the story. It's not as cohesive, I guess. There's 8 characters in the game. Each one has its own story, and they're sort of connected, like really small threads here and there. And that was one of the biggest criticisms that the game got. That like maybe like the stories from each character, it wasn't. They wanted to see something more connected, more solid as a story. Personally, though, I did enjoy it a lot. Of course, there were some characters stories that I enjoyed more than the others. But yeah, I think if they and I don't know, like if they can make the story better, I think it would have been a better game.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the time that I played, it was I really liked it. The music, I really liked the music, the art style that the game handled.
Oh
I
boy.
remember it was like yeah, a lot of that was like the thing that got the most praise out of that game, and which well deserved. But yeah, I mean, I really like that game. Um, so because I'm talking about like the connection and no spoilers, but after like the or like near the end, there's more story I think elements that sort of like connected even more.
Hmm.
But yeah, and then just like the a secret boss and dude, that thing's impossible. Um, uh, but yeah, I mean, it's like I guess like the typical RPG. Um, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the best games that came out in that year.
Awesome.
Yeah, I played it too, and I similar to what Luis said, it's pretty it's a pretty neat game. I like the graphics as well. I will say that I wasn't as en well, I mean, I did complete almost everyone's storylines, um, except for one. I remember I still needed one more, um, and it's the character that I started with, and that's the one arc that I didn't finish.
Oh.
Um, because I don't know, like, but that point, I guess for me, like I was saturated with the game. I don't know, it felt very like it was just like a lot for me. Um, and I think
Mm.
it's because, like we said, like the stories, like each of these characters' stories, um, like they have their own thing going on, and they're very very loosely connected, and so it didn't really feel like a like one game, like it felt like different little games, and you
Mm.
never really get that sense of like, oh, we're all working towards one main goal or one main you know
Got it.
thing that unifies us. um and I think that was a bit detrimental um to the game, in my opinion. um and so yeah, like by the time I got to that last like part of the character's storyline, I was just kind of over it. I don't know, it was just too much.
Okay. Cool. I did play the demo, or maybe a couple demos of this one, and I think because it was just like a bite-sized approach, did I do recall the story being grasping. Like I liked how the narrative was going. There weren't that many characters for me. Well, how I played it, I didn't play as all the stories didn't really intersect. I kind of just got like this character and then that character, and then that's kind of all I remember really. I didn't really dive into too much different things, but the gameplay combined with the art style combined with how the story was presented, what I experienced in the demo, I enjoyed it a lot. It just kind of sucks that They don't really that it feels like mini games for each character rather than one cohesive like go to you're we're working toward this together to overcome a certain evil or whatever it is. So interesting takes. That's really interesting. You guys talking about Octopath Traveler. Let's see what's next. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. So this came out in the Wii U, right? It was on the Wii U and then it got released on the Switch.
Right, it was support.
Yeah. So I know you guys really like this game, so I wanted to give it a mention. Um, Also, while you're talking about it, like if you can, like as a person who loves Donkey Kong Country, the first one, like I kind of want you to sell me on this, legit.
All right, so actually for Tropical Freeze, I bought that game, um, which was weird.
Ooh.
Um, but so yeah, I was the first one to play it. Um, I mean, I'm a big fan of Donkey Kong Country. Um, I think it was the second one, no, that we played. Um, and I mean, that's pretty much like the only Donkey Kong like uh, experience I've had. Um, so revisiting, that, in this game, it is very um, faithful to, what Donkey Kong is about. Um, and I enjoyed it. Eh, First of all, I mean, I think the graphics look nice. I think it's a really nice game, a nice looking game. Um, it's very, it's very challenging. Some of the, like the, what is it, like the scenarios? No, the worlds, no, or stages. Some of the stages are very challenging. Just because you have to be very precise with, your timing. Jumping from one platform to another. Uh, Avoiding, like the obstacles and the monsters. Uh, and so that aspect of it, um, it's something that I enjoy. And just, a bit of a challenge.
Hmm.
Um, I, I think I completed. I'm a completionist, so I think I did get like every, you know, letter in, the K, the O, the N, the G,
Right.
um, and like the little medallions and all that. Um, I mean, I guess if you're like a fan, like you say you are, I think you would enjoy this game, just because it is very, uh, I don't know, it feels like a Donkey Kong game. Like,
Yeah.
you go into it expecting, you get what you expect, right? Um, I don't really have much to compare it to. Um, I think the bosses are pretty neat. I wouldn't say they're like, uh, I don't think they stand out. Um,
Mm.
but I mean, it's a nice game. It's a nice um revisit to, Donkey Kong.
Sounds like Donkey Kong Country. Those bosses were like, I mean, I'm nostalgic. It's not nostalgic for them, but those bosses were kind of not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a little hard for me to be like, oh, like to straight out say, oh, it's a really good game, just because, you know, who am I to judge these like bosses, for example, say they're not
Mm.
memorable,
Mm.
when, the design of like the, Donkey Kong Country, of the designs of those bosses were probably not as memorable either, but it's just my nostalgia, and obviously
Yeah.
something I grew up with, and I have that attachment to it. So
Right.
that's why I don't want to say like, oh, I don't want to like dock points for it being not as memorable, when, I mean, this could possibly be the game that, I don't know, the game, for you or for anyone who plays it. So
Right. Oh man, dude. Tropical Freeze. I think it's. I'm gonna have to make room somewhere. It sounds tempting. Really tempting. Luis, did you want to add on anything? Or do you just kind of like co-sign with Jose? Oh, hello.
I think he's having mic issues.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay. So I'm thinking that he's gonna say something similar. If he wants to add on something, like once he gets it all situated, we can do that. Actually, if you want, we can do like a little break right now, and then I can just cut this part off for the post. Figure
Yeah,
it out. All right, cool.
I think it's internet issues.
Okay,
Um,
yeah. Okay, I'll put a be right back, and then hopefully we get it resolved. Cool.
all right.
All right, so welcome back. The podcast, due to some behind the scenes things that are going on, some technical difficulties, if you will. We're gonna have to continue this podcast next week. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. We went through a few games, and we'll go through the rest of them next week. So anybody that came through, thank you for watching. We have been Roll Jump Media. You can follow us on a variety of social media platforms. Just type in Roll Jump Media and your favorite social platform, and um, we should be there depending on which one you go you search up. A little flustered. I'm good though. Check us out on YouTube if you would like to see content on that platform as well. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us. And before we sign off, yeah, we're just gonna sign off for now. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.